Hello everyone and welcome to Infused Transitions. First of all, thank you guys so much for being here, for showing up, for being a part of this community. Your subscriptions, thumbs up, sharing, the notification, all those things play a role in how much this channel gets or does not get seen. And it also helps to communicate to me you know, what is well received and what is like, you know, whatever. So I do thank you guys all for that, because that is very helpful for myself, for the channel, but it's also helpful for us to help each other and to expand our community to hopefully reach others who could also possibly benefit from the messages. So I'm doing this outside, so bear with me if you suddenly hear the dog barking or someone else's dog barking. Hopefully the wind won't pick up and take cards away. As you can see, I'm working on an outdoor table, and I thought about putting a cover on it, and then I thought, you know what? Every single mark on here tells a story, and that's kind of like our lives, right? It's like we have different remembrances, scars, celebrations, milestones, achievements, etc., setbacks, and they all build our character and our traits and who we are. And I thought, you know, so does furniture. So I decided to just leave it how it is. Anyway, we're going to get going. I am going to be using my own creation of a deck here. It is called my Pearls of Wisdom deck. The point of this deck, or one of the many points of this deck, is to really look at things you may not be aware of on a very personal level. It's not so much about the external, although there are messages in here about the external and the macro, which also play a role. But for the bulk, it's about bringing attention to what's going on for you. And I think one of the things I really like about when I created this deck is it's not about having an instruction book of this means this and this means that, because I feel like it's all about our own perception. And if you get a card that you're like, I don't even know what that means, that is just a gentle little nudge for you to, maybe it's something for you to look at. And if you don't even know where to begin on how you feel about it, it can simply be look up a variety of definitions from a variety of sources. I would definitely say also going beyond what is online and what may have been altered to dictate how people will now believe or think something means, when in reality it actually had a completely different meaning, and it was just changed around to try to shift humanity's perceptions, shall we say. So I encourage you to do your research, look through things and see what it means for you, and take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? Unleash your power was the first thing that just did not want to go back in. So we're going to take that and leave that out. All right. What else are we going to talk about here? What else? I do really love this deck, actually, and I've had a few, that's too many, I've had a few people that are professionals in their own right utilize these cards, and they've loved the feel of them, they love the messages, and they always say that they're so bang on. Or the one time someone said, that doesn't even make sense to me. And I said, well, pull some more cards and see what you think and feel into each one of those. And then she called me back later and was like, oh my gosh. So she had many of her own aha moments. Okay, the next one out is overcome your human challenges and transmute them into your greatest strengths and triumphs. And that is not always an easy thing to do. And it does require us to stand in our own power to do that. Because if we're trying to do what other people have told us is our power, or what other people expect of us, or if we're just willy-nilly throwing things at it because we don't even know what standing in our own power looks like, then that tells you, oh, that tells you that's a great place to begin. And a lot of times, when people used to say, oh, you can take this trauma and turn it into your greatest triumph, your greatest strength. And that used to make me so mad, because I was like, yeah, how? Well, I don't know how. Or, well, I'm not guided to tell you how. And it's the different answers you get can be infuriating. And I just encourage you to take a breath, just relax, and okay, I got the message. Maybe it's not for them to tell you, and maybe it's just not for you to receive it through their perspective lens. Not because I'm not saying that, oh, well, somebody who tells you that is purposely trying to throw you off your path or create any, kinks. It's not about you taking on someone else's perceptions. It's about you to do the research and find out, what does that mean for you? And we do have create, which I think is quite fitting when it's unleashing your power and overcoming your human challenges and transmuting them into your greatest strengths and triumphs, because that is the epitome of what you're doing here in creating. And again, if you don't know what that looks like, there's nothing wrong with that. We don't all have all the answers. I did see that inherited is at the bottom of the deck here. So for some of you, there could be something around these challenges that have been inherited, that have been handed down through the generations. That can be literally anything that, it can be a habit, it can be a trait, it can be a cycle, a wheel. It can be a cycle or wheel overall. It can be one about a specific type of outcome or pattern of an experience, things like that. It could be something as, much more in depth and more like interwoven, and it can be something way simpler. Again, it just kind of depends. But we're going to look here and get some clarifications on these. So let's look at unleash your power. I'm really debating. Sorry, I'm debating between which deck I wanted to use. Okay, we're going to use the Friends Tarot. I do like being able to do this out here because I don't have to deal with quite so much glaring overhead. Okay, unleash your power. Let's get some clarifications, some more details. What more can you tell us about this unleash your power? There's an ending of something. I would say probably something that has been blocking your power or blocking you from being able to connect with your power is more like it. This can be anything from a perception that you carry. Again, okay, so they're pointing out the inherited card. So there could be this. So we have the death card. Okay, so this could be about whatever has been creating blocks, limitations, restrictions, disconnection from your own power is coming to a close. We also have this will act for pennies, the 5 of Pentacles, that's being left out in the cold, struggling financially. So it could be that maybe you have like a natural gift or talent with money, but you're scoffing right now, thinking, yeah, right, whatever. If that's true, I wouldn't be struggling with finances. I wouldn't be this. I wouldn't do that. I blah, 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 right? A lot of that is inherited stories. And when we inherit stories and beliefs, we also tend to then reinforce those beliefs by actions, and usually completely in an unconscious manner. that supports the belief that's been handed down. And it may or may not be your own belief. This could also be your own belief, but I mean, it's not saying that that's the only thing. It is saying, you know, just because you've inherited something doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Yeah, 5 of Cups. A lot of grief, a lot of mourning, a lot of sadness. There's also a lot of looking in the past. Looking in the past and dwelling on it, ruminating over it. And they're both 5s, and 5s are about change. 5s are about change, shifts, transitions, that kind of thing. Just a moment. Sorry, didn't mean to slurp. That's funny. All right. But we are seeing that you can definitely make a difference because you're given unleash your power. So let's ask, you know, what are some ways to support ourselves in unleashing that power? What are some ways in which to support ourselves in unleashing that power? 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups often is associated with confusion. But here's the thing. There are some choices that don't serve us the best. And then there's ones that we can make that do. Oh, that's interesting. So I just noticed I was doing this in counterclockwise and then I did this clockwise. So there's habits, maybe things that you're doing that go against the natural grain of who you are. They're always, right? They're always so hard to get them to move versus being in the flow of something, allowing something to happen in a flowing ease of grace is what I just got, an ease of grace of movement. This may require you to think outside the box and consider something you've never thought of before, because if you see here, it's like all these cups are yellow, right? But the one that's there on the table is in blue. And it could be a need to connect with one's own emotions and your own, like, how are you feeling about this, that, or the other? And I would even say something like, okay, unleash your power. And if somebody's going, well, I don't even know what my power is, utilize meditation. And I hesitate to say that because people have so many perceptions and dictated is the word I got, dictated beliefs around meditation. Some believe it's evil. Some say it's sinful. Some are like, well, I just can't meditate. Others feel like, well, meditation means you have to sit in one position and blank out your mind. And it's like there's this one rigid way to meditate. And that's not true. There's thousands of ways to meditate. It can, yeah, see, there she is again. And again, she's just not, oops. That was funny. So when it fell and it like almost went right back into the deck, right? And it was like, but look at this. It's about narrowing it down. You have gone from all 7 of these down to 4. And that's why it was like, yeah, see, but you've narrowed it down. So it is about a process of elimination. And again, it's just not seeing this. She's looking straight ahead. So she's not really noticing these cups, which could be cups that she needs to work through in order to bring this one in. Then again, it could mean, take it how it resonates, that these ones are done. And that's why she's not giving them attention anymore. But she's also not seeing this opportunity that is coming for her or is being handed to her, and she's simply not seeing it. There is a lot of cup energy here, which is, you know, emotions. So I would suggest that there are some emotional things in the way of you connecting with your power and really allowing yourself to unleash your own power. I would say possibly there are things about getting hung up on things about money, love, whether it's any kind of relationship, love relationship, any kind. It doesn't have to be romantic. And getting hung up on it doesn't mean you have to reconcile that relationship. again, it's learning to go with that flow with the ease of grace, right? And I feel like with the ease of grace is a really important phrase for someone or someone's. Learning that not all relationships are meant to be. Not all relationships, and I'm telling you, I've heard somebody, oh, but he's my twin flame, or he's my soulmate, it's meant to be, it's fated. Maybe it was. Maybe it was, but maybe it was not in the way you think. Maybe it was in the sense of it's here to teach you something about yourself that requires healing, requires letting go, requires changing the perception. I mean, it could be anything. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Oh, baby, you're such a good girl. It's my dog. I don't think you can see. Oh, yeah, I guess you can see her a little bit, huh? There's Miss Lady. There's Miss Lady. Mama's working. I love you. Okay, let's look at overcome your human challenges and transmuting them into your greatest strengths and triumphs. Let's get a look at that. See, Emperor energy. This is boss energy. This is, you know, you figure an emperor is over all the kings and queens, where a king and a queen or queen can run a kingdom. An emperor is over all of them and all of those kingdoms. This is really being in your own power and having a command of your power. It's possible because we're seeing it here. What else? What else can you tell us? Give us some more clarity, some more understanding. That started to come out, but it went back. What else can you tell us about this? Can we get a little more detail about this, please? Okay, they're showing me this deck. Often that means because something that's already out is trying to come out again, or it can just mean that they want the cards to have a different feel. Look at that, you guys, come on. Overcoming your human challenges and transmute them into your greatest strengths and triumphs, right? Look at how much strength it takes to be an emperor, to be in command in a healthy, balanced way of all these working parts and pieces. And it's not about controlling. It's not about, you know, but it's about being a good leader. And this can be about being a good leader for yourself. But look at this. You got the 10 of Pentacles, right? Learning how to transmute these things. If you need help and support in figuring that out, then figure out what does that look like for you as far as like what kind of support and help are you wanting, and go find that, right? But there is a great deal here achievable. There's support, there's family, there's loyalty. And the elderly man here can be the hermit, meaning a part of yourselves that has been in the cave, has done the healing work, has learned valuable wisdom and knowledge from your time in the cave. It can also be about spiritual support. It can be about someone else who is a part of the family, but almost like passing the generations on. Lady, no ma'am. What else do we have? Anything else? Is there anything else you want to share about? Okay. Yep, see? Okay. So you have the Temperance card came out. So Temperance can be talking about finding balance. It can be, I mean, look at this. How many people do you know can pour two cups of water, one into the other at an angle like that and have it actually go in there, right? It takes patience to learn a new skill. It takes really being grounded here as well as being very spiritually connected. There is angelic support. We see that this angel's head looks like the image of being lit up. I would also say it's about third eye, and I would say third eye because if you look closely and carefully, it's not on the top of the head where the crown is. I would say it's third eye activation, and then the triangle on the chest. I would look up sacred geometry to see what the triangle means, and or it could be representing the pyramid. I would also be looking up the yellow iris and see what are the energies around yellow iris. You also have dogs, which most people automatically assume of things like loyalty, playfulness, support. I would look up dog energy. But we also see here we've got this path coming out from the water going up the mountain and towards this, it looks just like a bright light, but if you really look at the shape of that, it's actually a crown. And I feel like it's saying, you know, again, yes, be patient, that everything is a process. There is the balance between the earth and the water, so being very grounded, which is pentacle energy, and water, cups energy, which we have pentacles, pentacles, cups, 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 and she's pouring cups. And then here we are with the Seven of Cups again. But look at the difference in the feel between this Seven of Cups in the Friends deck and the Seven of Cups in this deck. I think it's called the Royal Waite Tarot, I think, but don't quote me on that. But see the difference? She looks very melancholy, very sad, whereas this person looks almost like, whoa, look at all of that. And if you notice, again, these things are there, but it's more about, this is where the focus is. There's a surprise, could be spiritual, could be a person coming in, but we also have a victory, and a victory there's a skull on there. So it's like the victory doesn't always come free, right? Freedom isn't free. Victories don't always just happen. They often require us to go through a process. And then there's all these riches that are in this other cup, which again we see here with the pentacles. A very legit offer is being made with the Page of Cups. One that is abundance, which we see here with the Ten of Pentacles. So there's a legit offer that could be being made that is from the heart. It's very genuine, and it can represent abundance. And then here we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is, okay, I've planted my seeds. I've got my ideas going and moving. I'm trying different things. I've got 7 different things I'm trying here. I'm nurturing them. I'm taking care of them. And they are blossoming. It's must not be time to harvest it yet, because that comes in, I want to say, with the 8 or 9 of Pentacles, depending on the imagery of any given tarot deck. But it typically is looked at as the 9 of Pentacles, as the one where things have come to fruition and now you have that abundance. All right, let's look at create. Okay, can we get some more information on the create, please? Can we get some more information on the create deck, please? Or create deck, the create message. Okay, so we had this Page of Wands, but it came with the the 5 of Swords on top. So the 5 of Swords, again, 5s. That's 3 5s you've got out here in this reading so far. And you also have 3 7s. The 7 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups you got twice. You got the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. So you got earth, emotion, or earth, very earthy with the Pentacles. You've got water, emotions with the Cups. You have Swords. This is about swiftness, intelligence, truth. And it looks like, you know, yeah, we've had, like, this, to me, this talks about a very long going, almost like, you know, when you talk about there's a war and there's all these battles and skirmishes in between the beginning and the end of the war. And it's like the war's finally done. It is finally done. It is finally finished. You're coming out as the victor. It does end up having, though, others that just fall away or walk away. And if you look at the clouds in this card, even the clouds look haggard and for lack of a better term, weather worn. Interestingly enough, we have the Page of Wands. Wands talks about passion and creativity. So I feel like it's almost like taking Pages can also talk about messengers coming, and I would say because of the background of this, it could be one coming from maybe a desert type climate, or sometimes people feel that the points back here represent pyramids, which could be, if that's how it resonates with you. But it is about creativity and passion. It's almost like, okay, this is done. Breathe, right? And if you're not sure what makes you feel passionate, how you express your creativity, I would suggest trying a few things. Just see what, try different things and see if it ignites your passion. Do some research. Literally look up things of, hobbies or things like that. Just see what resonates for you. Is there anything else you want to share with the, okay. Yeah, see, it says you've already made your choice or decision on what direction you were going to take between these three. You've turned your back on these two, and you have your hand, or on these two, sorry, looking at it kind of on these two, and you have your hand on this one. You've made your choice. You've put your things out there, and now you're just waiting for your ships to make it into the shore for you. Again, this page could be about maybe meeting someone younger, maybe meeting someone or hearing a conversation, or, something, a communication of some kind, but it's something that it piques your interest. It's something that you think, oh wow, I could do that. I think I would really like that. Okay, so whatever this is, it fell face down on the Page of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. I was again going to say you may want to look up the energies from numerology, as well as the energies as in angel numbers for 5 and for 7. Look at that. Come on, guys. 10 of Cups. This is the full shebang. You've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles here. And I think it's all from, again, this ending. This ending creates like this domino effect, right? Things closing off, coming to an end, new things coming in, new ideas, new communications. Things that you've planted out there are going to start being ready for harvest. Yep, see? And I talked about, and that laid on the 7 of Cups, and the 4 of Cups, again, these confusions and spirit bringing in an opportunity. And what did I say about this elderly gentleman here? Could be about time spent in the hermit cave, and then here we have the hermit. So it's having enough light for the step that you're on, and I would say that, seeing as it's coming out in here, it's saying to me, you've made this choice. You've done your work. You're waiting for these things to come in. I do feel very strongly, though, that it's saying that whether this is about a business opportunity, a romantic partnership, already things that are within an established family that you're a part of, whatever that is, it is saying use your wisdom and your knowledge that you've gained from your time in the hermit cave. So there you go, guys. This is the messages that I have for you. I hope you found this helpful and supportive. Don't forget to give it that thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell. And just for your FYI, I do have some polls in the community for you to go in there and give your vote, your opinion on what you would like for what types of readings you would enjoy. And comments are now open, so if you would like to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Until next time, guys. Bye.